Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Here we share beginner-friendly coding tutorials on Scratch, Roblox, Minecraft, web programming, and many more. Today, we are going to take a look at part 2 of our Roblox Obby game. In the second part of the Obby game, I will teach you on how to design a laser platform jumping obstacle. And also, I will teach you on how to code the scripts for the conveyor belts, sliding platforms, and explosive lasers using the Lua language. So let's get started. Alright, so we're going to continue with our Obby game. So I have opened up my Obby game file, the Roblox file, and now first I'll be creating the laser jumping platform game. So I'll be just going to the end of this platform, which I have done it before. Alright, so in this one, I'm going to create my laser platforms in a checkered pattern. So the player have to jump in a zigzag pattern. So in order to do that, I'm going to create a part like that. And I'm going to rename this particular part as laser. So it will be easy for me to identify when I code my game. And then I'll just click on new and bring it up and then place it on top of this platform. So in order to create a zigzag pattern, I'm going to scale the block. So I'll just bring it like that. So make sure that this piece of laser block is not too big, which makes it more difficult for the player to jump. So I'll just create it like this. Alright, so I'm going to duplicate this laser part and place it in a zigzag pattern. So I'm going to duplicate. So to duplicate, if you're using a MacBook, you press on Command C and Command V. If you're using a Windows, you have to press on Control C and Control V. Right, and then I'm going to place it like this. And I'm going to repeat it so that it's going to be filling up this whole platform. All right, so I have created my zigzag pattern laser parts, and next I'm not going to create my laser part to the very end of this platform because I need to keep some space so that I have a little area before I go to the next platform. So it makes my player to get ready. So I'm going to create a leap of faith obstacle. So in this one is that the player have to climb on top of a little thin cylinder bar and then jump onto a platform that is going to be surrounded by a laser part. So to make the thin beam, I'm going to click on part and I'm going to click on cylinder. Now I'm going to change the material back to a normal material. So the material of this part to be plastic and I'll just change the color to be green. Now I need to make sure that it's going to be facing in this way. So I'll just click on the cylinder and I'll rotate it along the green circle like that. And then I'll just make it a little bit bigger, taller like that. So I'm going to click on the blue and the green now, and then I'm going to make it a little bit longer so that the player can move along. I have to move along this thin beam. Alright, and then I'm going to click on move and bring it up and place it near my platform like that. So right now it's a little bit away from the platform, so I'll just click on move again and bring it down using my green arrow. Like that. So there's no gap between this platform and this platform of a height gap. Alright, now it's so once the player comes to this one, the player have to jump to the bottom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a really big laser part at the bottom of this beam. So I'll just use this one, same thing. I'll just duplicate it, put it down like that, and using scale, I'll just enlarge it like that so that it's like a laser pool or a lava pool. You can call it as a lava pool also. So like that. Okay. Some slight adjustments. All right. Okay. Now directly under this, I need to place a platform, a safe platform that the player have to aim to jump into. So again, I'm going to click on path and add a block. Now I'll just change the color to be a different color and make sure the material is plastic. And I'll just click on scale and make it enlarge like. Okay, so you can adjust your position by placing the move. So I'll just put it directly underneath the beam. So if I just go in this camera view, like here, I'm kind of like on top of under the beam directly. Or you can move it a little bit further like that so that you can actually, so you can always click on play button and see if the placement of this safe part is actually correct. Alright, so now once I have created that, I'll just create another platform in the left side of this platform so that it can go on to the or reach to the next obstacle. So I'll just maybe duplicate the same part and copy it down there. Maybe bring it up a little bit. And always make sure that all these platforms are anchored so that because later on we'll be deleting the platform. So I'll anchor the laser part also. And I'll anchor this part. Right, next I'm going to click on adding my platforms, jumping platforms. So it will be like an L shape because I'll be creating the next obstacle here. So I'll just add 2 more platforms like this. So I'll just duplicate the part and add it to be 4 studs away and change the material as usual. Okay, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another spawn location, which is going to be my checkpoint. So I'll be clicking on toolbox and I'll just write spawn location. And I'll add my spawn location here. Alright, so now I have created 2 obstacles. Alright, so now let's go ahead and do our code for the conveyor belt. So on the workspace, you can find conveyor and then click on the F key on your keyboard. So it directly goes or finds your path easily. So this is my conveyor belt. So I'll be adding a script for the conveyor belt. Alright, so I'm going to click on the conveyor part here and click on the plus sign and add a script. So here I'm going to type my code in Lua language. So first thing is that I'm going to add a while loop. So it says that while the game is running, I'm going to add a velocity to the conveyor part with a speed. So I'll be adding while So this 10 means actually the speed. So if you want your conveyor to go slowly, you can write it at a lower speed for the forward direction so that it keeps on going in the forward direction. If you want a higher speed, you can increase this number. And next, I'm going to add a wait method. Alright, so now once I have created my script for the conveyor, next I'm going to do my script for the moving obstacles. Alright, so the first obstacle I'm going to do is the obstacle on my left hand side. This obstacle, so I'm going to add a script to it. So first I'll be making the part to be local. So I'm going to write local. And then I'm going to add a while loop. So while the game is running, so every 2 seconds I'll be changing the position of this obstacle. So I'll just write while do wait for 2 seconds. So now I'm going to add a for loop. So I'm going to write for I is equal to 1, 20, which is going to repeat for 20 times. Do. So first I'm going to make it the moving obstacle to shift towards the right side. So I'm going to add the path dot C frame is equal to script dot parent dot C frame multiplied by C frame dot new 1, 0, 0. And then I'm going to add a wait command at the end. Next, I'm going to add another for loop so that the part shift back to the original position. Right now it's like here, obstacle is right now on the left side, and this is the x coordinates. So I'm going to shift it towards this way by 1, and I need to make sure that it comes back so that it gives a slide in and slide out effect. I need to make this number to be -1 back again. So after this end, I'm going to write Alright, so now we can try out this game and see if it is working. So I'm going to click on play button. So you can see that even the conveyor belt is working right now, and you can see that a part is moving from left to right. So you can see the conveyor is moving and we're going forward. Alright, so we're going to continue with the same code and change the first property of the cframe.new. So I'll be teaching you on how to do that. Okay, now we did the first obstacle. Now I'm going to copy this script and then paste it into the other 2 scripts or other 3 moving obstacles. Then click on paste into. Now I'm going to choose my obstacle on my right side, this obstacle, and I'm going to click on the script of that. So it's the same script, but all I have to do is I need to change this number with this number so originally the obstacle would be on the right side. So to go to the left side, I need to make it -1, and then I should come back to the other side. I'm going to make it +1. So I'll just change the values here. So this is going to be -1 and this is going to be +1. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the main Obby game and click on the next obstacle. So it's the same obstacle as this obstacle, so no change in the values. So I'm going to the last sliding obstacle, click on the script, and I'll just change the values here. So exchange these values. So this is going to be -1 and this is going to be +1. Alright, so we have done the scripts for the obstacles. Next, I'm going to make the scripts for my laser parts. So for the laser parts, it's easy. So what happens is that when I touch these laser parts, I need to run a function called kill. So in the function kill, I'll just make the health of the player to go back to 0. So which instantly makes the player to be dead. So I'm going to choose one laser part, add a script into it. I'm going to make a function called kill with the parameter hit. And then the player is known as humanoid, so I'm going to mention humanoid. And then I'm going to make sure add a conditional. So if next I need to run this function at the end, so I'm going to write script dot run. So on the event touch, I'm going to run the function. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is now this is the code for the laser. So I'm going to copy the code. So I'll just click on copy, and I'm going to press on my shift. So you can check out this project now. So I'll just click on play. So sometimes since we have so many spawn locations, you might be spawned at maybe in front of the checkpoint or in front of the end of the obby game, or maybe in the beginning of my obby game. So like that. Just okay, so I have my conveyor. If you can see that, as soon as I touch the laser, I break into pieces. So now I'm being spawned onto a different spawn location. So we'll be fixing this checkpoints later on so that I don't get spawned at random places. So even if I touch this part, since I already copied the laser, alright. So that's all for today. In the next tutorial, you will learn how to design different types of obstacles that you can add to your obby game. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to check out the next section of this project, and don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. Bye bye.